2 of Jerry Bundler. They went out in a body, with the exception of Leek, peering carefully before them as they went. George turned the light out in the bar, and they returned unmolested to the coffee room, and avoiding the sardonic smile of Leek, prepared to separate for the night. "Give me the candle while you put the gas out, George," said the traveler. The waiter handed it to him and extinguished the gas, and at the same moment all distinctly heard a step in the passage outside. It stopped at the door, and as they watched with bated breath the door creaked and slowly opened. Malcolm fell back, open-mouthed, as white as leering face, with sunken eyeballs, and close-cropped bullet head appeared at the opening. For a few seconds the creature stood regarding them, blinking in a strange fashion at the candle. Then, with a sidling movement, it came a little way into the room, and stood there as if bewildered. Not a man spoke or moved, but all watched with horrible fascination as the creature removed its dirty neckcloth, and its head rolled onto its shoulder. For a minute it paused, then, holding the rag before it, moved towards Malcolm. The candle went out suddenly with a flash and a bang. There was a smell of powder and something writhing in the darkness on the floor. A faint, choking cough, and then silence. Malcolm was the first to speak. "Matches," he said, in a strange voice. George struck one. Then he leapt at the gas, and a burner flamed from the match. Malcolm touched the thing on the floor with his foot and found it soft. He looked at his companions. They mouthed inquiries at him, but he shook his head. He lit the candle, kneeling down, and examined the silent thing on the floor. Then he rose swiftly, and dipping his handkerchief in the water jug, bent down and grimly wiped the white face. Then he sprang back with a cry of incredulous horror, pointing at it. Leek's pistol fell to the floor, and he shut out the sight with his hands, but the others crowding forward gazed spellbound at the dead face of Hurst. Before a word was spoken the door opened, and Summers hastily entered the room. His eyes fell on the floor. "Good God!" he cried. "You didn't!" Nobody spoke. "I told him not to," he said in a suffocating voice. "I told him not to. I told him." He leaned against the wall, deathly sick, put his arms out feebly, and fell, fainting, into the traveler's arms.